What's going on, guys? JPP2 here. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. And for today's gameplay, we have a Prank Kids versus an Altergeist, with my opponent playing Altergeist going first. Yes, sir, you heard it right. This replay is up versus an Altergeist player. If you guys are new to my channel or if you guys don't know, all my viewers and my Twitch viewers and my YouTube people, subscribers, they know Altergeist is my number one hated decklist to play against, okay? It has been true since the first time I faced off against it in Season 1 till now. I still hate Altergeist with all my heart. I think all Altergeist cards should be banned. They should be burned. No one should be touching these cards. That's how much I hate them. But that's aside the point. Enough of the ranting. Let's get on with the gameplay. So my opponent, when I say he's playing Altergeist, he's playing like a weird version of Altergeist in which he's having the Kaiju cards as well. So I'm assuming with the Kyoto Waterfront, he wants to go into the Turtle Omnis, and granted he could do that, but I don't know if he was going for that. So he activates a Kyoto Waterfront, puts the Marinator. Marinator will search him for a protocol, put itself on the field. He's going to activate a Pot of Prosperity from his hand, banish 3, and again, look at this ridiculous situation, okay? He flips over Spoofing, Silquitos, and Multifaker. Multifaker, if he did not have in his hand, obviously he's going to add Multifaker to his hand, which is insane, okay? Multifaker got bumped up to 2. I still hate these cards. I still think they should be banned out. But anyways, he adds Multifaker, sets down another card, passes his turn over. Now moving over to my turn, I draw into an evenly match. Now over here, I have an option. The best play would be to just outright evenly match my opponent. Because I have 2 evenly matches, I know he only has, if he even has it, only one of them could be a negate, right? Something like a Solemn Judgment, because we know this card for a fact is the Altergeist Protocol. That would have been the most logical play to just evenly match my opponent. But in this scenario, my head was like, bruh, we have the Harpies, why not BM him, Harpies Feather Duster him, then when he puts all these cards in the field, he puts Multifaker, Sulquitos, I'll evenly match him, and then do all my stuff afterwards. So, I admit I made a misplay right here, because against Altergeist player, I'm telling you, something happens to me, I just go into that place where I don't think at all. I just try to BM them as much as possible if I have the cards to BM them. And let me tell you, this BM does actually cost me. So Harpy's Feather Duster, the opponent flips over the protocol. Now by flipping over this protocol, it means that he, on resolution, he technically activated a trap card, right? So that means the Multifaker from his hand is now activatable since it saw a trap card being activated this turn. So that's the reason why I activated it, even though this card was going to get wiped away anyways. The Waterfront will prevent itself from destruction by taking away counter from itself, but it's still going to gain more counters because cards were sent to the graveyard. With that, unfortunately, the other card set down turned out to be Waking the Dragon. Now, at this point, you guys understand, big mistake, right? Big mistake on my part. The Waking the Dragon puts up a Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Now, if you guys don't know what this card does, it reads once per turn when your opponent activates a monster effect. You can activate this effect until the end of the turn. This face-up card is unaffected by the active effects of your opponent's monsters. So basically, monster effect cannot affect this card. Also, it gains attack to the opponent's monster's original attack, right? Also, another thing, once per turn when a spell trap card or effect is activated, you can negate the activation if you do destroy that card. So basically, spell trap negate plus a monster effect, not negation, but makes itself immune to destruction or from those monster effects. So I go into battle phase, activate my evenly match, to which of course he's going to respond with the negation from the Crystal Wing Synchro. It does say spell trap. No worries, we have another evenly match. Now obviously at this point we know for a fact that he is going to keep the Crystal Wing Synchro on the field over any other card, so that's okay with me. After that I go into main phase 2, start going off into my combo. He tries to Ash Blossom me on the first graveyard. I was expecting this, okay? I was like, this is the whole reason why I wanted to do some other stuff over this evenly matching him and Harpy's Dust for him first. Again, misplay, but that's okay. We do have a Call by the Grave in our hand, so I use it to negate out the Ash Blossom. thus allowing my combo to go through. Now, I was afraid of the last card in his hand being Maxi. Turned out it was not a Maxi. So we keep going into our combo. We're going to chain block our graveyard with Diddle-Doo, search for Panday. We already pitched Pranks in the grave. We go into our second copy of Diddle-Doo, get get Roxy's on the field, tribute the Diddle-Doo, target the Pranks plus a name in our hand, activate Pranks, discard the name, get ourselves a token, and with that we're going to go into our Bow Wow. This Roxy's will banish the Small World from my hand because it's a dead card, and I draw into another Call by the Grave. Now over here, okay, do not ever forget, if you read your opponent's card, keep their effects in mind when you are doing the combo. The Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon reads that if your opponent activates a spell or trap card once per turn, okay, it's a hard once per turn. So if I wait to activate Pandemonium on my opponent's turn, this card will negate out the Pandemonium, ensuring that I cannot go into my Butler. So for that reason, I was forced to go into my Predaplan Verte this turn itself, even though I had a full combo to go into Butler on my opponent's turn, because of this one single card, because of my mistake of using Harpies, making the opponent activate the Waking the Dragon. Since I did destroy it, I'm forced in this situation. So we go into Verte activate, pitches Thunder Dragon Fusion, we go off into our Butler. Butler, keep in mind, have to be put face up defense, because it is main phase 2, not main phase 1. I cannot initiate battle, so rather you keep your cards face up defense over attack. With that, I even activate Predaplan's effect because this guy had something that he could have activated from his hand. I was getting the prompt over and over and over. So I was thinking, maybe if he had something we could try to bait it out. At this point it was extremely late to bait it out anyways, but I still did it anyways. With that, we activate Pranks, recycle 3 cards, draw into a card, which turns out to be Drill Lock. Okay, not that great, but okay. The opponent sets down a card and goes into battle phase to try to whack into our Predaplan, Verte, and Anaconda, to which I respond with my Butler's activation of popping the opponent's field. Obviously, we know that he's going to activate the Crystal Clear Wing Synchro to make itself immune to the card destruction effect, to which I just respond with my Butler's second pop. Now, I was not too worried about this because I had Thunder Dragon Fusion in the graveyard. I have a Call by the Grave on the field. That means I'm going to activate Thunder Dragon Fusion on my turn, get myself a Corridor, recycle out the Meowmoo, put a Colossus on the field, and then I will see how it goes from there. That was basically my whole plan. The opponent cannot Ash Blossom us because we have a Call by the Grave set up on the field as well. So that was my whole plan. That's the whole reason why I popped out my Butler. I wanted to get rid of this card from the field. With that, Butler goes through. We're okay. The opponent ends his turn. Our turn, we draw into another Drunel Lockbird. Bad draw, but that's okay. I activate Thunder Dragon Fusion, banish it, search for a Corridor. As I told you guys, Corridor will recycle out the Meowmoo special itself. That goes into Colossus. Now over here, I did do something pretty stupid. If you look at it objectively, it's extremely stupid, okay? But hear me out. What I'm gonna do now is extremely situational. It's a big mind game I'm throwing on my opponent. I wanted to see if he understands how Predaplan Verte works, because these guys who play stun decks, they never think. They just flip over Floodgates, they think they win the game with Floodgates, and then they just laugh at you. So I'm gonna do something extremely stupid that most combo deck players know will not work out. I am gonna activate the Predaplan Verte's effect. I'm gonna activate Predaplan Verte, pitch myself a instant fusion to the graveyard, go into Rocket Ride. So right here, I go off into my Rocket Ride. I was trying to bait out my opponent's card because, as I told you guys, his side of the field was getting highlighted over and over when I was making this play. Now, if you guys are worth your salt and you know how to play combo decks and you know how Verte works, you guys know that if you activate Verte, that means you're done. You cannot special monsters afterwards, period, okay? This card reads, if you activate this card's effect to use a poly spell, you pay 2,000 life points, and it says you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, okay? I am out of special summoning monsters, but I wanted to know if the opponent understood that, if he knows these cards, the most commonly used card in Master Duel, if he knows how it works. And lo and behold, he does not. He thinks I will activate Rocket Ride, tribute itself, target 2 cards in my graveyard, put them on the field, go into my combo. That is exactly what the opponent. Let me tell you, that is exactly what the opponent thought. Because if you guys know, if you use your instant fusion to go into a monster, that monster cannot attack that turn. And at the end of the turn, that monster will pop itself. It's gonna go away from the field. So this was a big mind game from me towards my opponent, and he took the bait. He activated personal spoofing, puts the Multifaker on the field. Multifaker will blink Silquitos. Silquitos targets Rocket Ride to bounce Rocket Ride. I mind gamed this guy so hard, so hard. You guys don't understand. I was so happy at this point that this mind game worked on my opponent. So just to BM my opponent, I even normal out my Duel Lockbird in face-up attack, mind you, not even in face-down defense to mind game him further. Put it in face-up attack, don't care about it. Go into battle phase, whack the Silquitos, whack him in the face for 500 with Verte and Anaconda as well. Silquitos activates from the graveyard, gets him the protocol from the graveyard back into his hand. We don't care much for it. With that, I'm going to end my turn. I'm going to activate the pranks, recycle 3 cards, and draw into another card as well towards the end of my turn. Turns out the card I draw into is Imperm, dead card, but whatever. Opponent's turn, he sets down another card, passes his turn over. Now, I know for a fact that card guarantee is a Altergeist protocol, right? Guaranteed protocol. He has Multifaker in his hand as well, so he'll go into Silquitos again. So, on my turn, I actually end up top decking Twin Twister. Now, Twin Twister is a ridiculous top deck because if you have the activation on, that means in draw or standby phase, you could pop your opponent's back row. So I do just that. I pitch the Imperm, pop the opponent's back row. As I told you guys, the face down card is Protocol. With that, the Protocol would have been activated. That means he activated a trap card. Multifaker comes in the field. Multifaker will put Silquitos, and that means Silquitos could bounce a card on the field. I wanted to play around all that, right? So what I did, what I just called by the grave, the Silquitos that he had in the graveyard. That means if he goes into Silquitos now, he cannot bounce a card from my side. I'm safe from the bounce. So with that, it resolves. I banish out the Silquitos from the graveyard. That means it's effectively negated this turn and on the opponent's turn. So with that, he's going to put Multifaker on the field. Multifaker is going to bring him out. He thought for a while, okay, when this gameplay happened, this was not on stream by the way, this game I believe was off stream. This guy took a solid 2 minutes to think what card he wants to put on the field. At the end, he thought that I'll put Meloseek on the field since my Silquitos is negated. With that, I go into my main phase. I activate a Predaplant to try to see if I could bait out something. Like, that was the activation to turn 1 card on the field into dark. I was not going to use it to... I couldn't even use the Predaplant because I do not have enough materials in the field to recycle to go into my Butler, obviously. I normal out my second Duel, and just to BM my opponent, I could have gone into Access Code, but Access Code would not have been lethal. Like, you guys need to understand, Access Code would not have been lethal because I only have 1 link in the graveyard. Now, you guys might be saying, Jay, you could have gone into Nightmare. Of course I could have Nightmare, but I could not bounce a card from the field because I have no cards in my hand. And even afterwards, I would only get 1 pop. Because think about it, both Nightmare, Unicorn, and the Predaplant are dark monsters. They are Dark Link, so I only get 1 pop. That would not have been lethal. So I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna go into clearing up my opponent's field. I'm gonna go into a card that's immune to destruction through battle. I go off into Boral Sword Dragon. So Boral Sword comes in the field. I whack the Meloseek out. And with that, I activate Boral Sword. I yoink half the attack, put my Colossus Space up defense, so I get 2 attacks. Kill off the Multifaker, and then whack him in the face for, I believe, a 3.6k attack. So there it is. With that, I end my turn. Up next, the opponent goes into his turn. He draws a card. And with this draw, he just scoops. He knows he's cooked. I was so happy beating Altergeist, finally. that's gonna be it for today's game, guys. I am sorry that this video went all the way to 15 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do enjoy this kind of content, please consider hitting the like button, subbing to my channel for more daily prank video uploads. If you guys are interested in the live version of all this, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/jpbduel. A link along with my schedule and a link to my Discord will be in the video description for you guys to check out. This is JPBDuel signing out for today. I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace!